Hi, Taurus. This is going to be your extended. I actually totally forgot what I actually am answering for the extended. One second. I got to look this up really quickly. There's three different things we're looking up. I could just pause it, but I'm not going to. Let's see. On demand. Yes. Okay. Hold on. I did the Aries reading, and I think. Oh, I actually remember what it is. Hmm. Oh yeah. What are they learning to heal and release is going to be our first thing. So can you tell me, Saint Germain, Quadian, and Metatron, what is Taurus's person learning to release, right now? They are trying to fight back on their addictions. I just realized that that thing that they were doing was an addiction. I didn't connect that dot, because they didn't give me the connection. But yes, this is someone who's learning to release their addictions. They're learning to release, um, their problematic behaviors. This is something that it's becoming so bad, that this is someone who knows that they have to stop. Does that make sense? And I know that I don't know how. I know I've always saw it the opposite way until I stopped seeing it that way because I saw the truth. Um, but most people, I'm not saying it's you, but most people, we tend to think that you know um, you can simply stop without it getting too bad, like a drug or something like that. But in reality, you need to hit rock bottom. It needs to get so bad, it needs to suck so bad before you finally make that choice to not want anymore, right? And this can go with anything, even lessons and karmic situations where things need to go so bad, that you hit that limit, right? That it's like that. I don't know. It's like that breaking point where you're like, I am done. It's rock bottom essentially. So this person is near rock bottom, and they're understanding that they're going to have to stop doing what they're doing. I think they're running out of money. Because the strip clubs, I don't know, I've never been to one, but I'm pretty sure you waste a lot of money there. Because yeah, I'm guessing, I actually don't know, but um, I this is someone who's at this point where it's like they're running, things are getting out of balance. They're spending more money than they're getting, right? Um, things are not in a good place, and they're now starting to see the signs, right? It's like you don't hit rock bottom and you're not seeing all these signs. Like you don't hit it and you're like, what the hell? How did I get here? Like this person sees it. So I see them on the progression to rock bottom that's gonna help them quit their addictions once and for all. It's real good. It's how it is for me. It's how, when I had addictions, I had to. That's how it was for me. It has to get so bad that you're like. It's like you can't go back there, kind of thing, or you never will. And this is someone who's on. Oh, it's like they're driving fast. Um, sorry, Metatron said 80 miles per hour, right? Is it they're driving fast there essentially. So they're gonna hit there, and then they're gonna start to make the changes in their life. But that's what's coming for their release. But I think that that's already on the process because I see someone here who doesn't want to live that life anymore. It was gratifying. There was some moments of ecstasy and stuff like that, but it's not anymore. It doesn't feel good anymore. This is someone who's making that choice that they want different for themselves. Let's see, what else do they have for their, like, what else are they learning to release? This is interesting. An old version of themselves as well is being released as well. I It's not, they're not making the connection to the addictions. I think that this is the old version that they presented themselves to their friends. And that friends came through for your actual reading, but this is to their actual friends, their actual acquaintances. So they pretend to be someone around these people. And they're gonna release that version of themselves, and they're going to embrace a new version of themselves. I want to see what this version of this new self is. What is this new self? Um, Mature, balanced, empathetic. It's an odd. I know it sounds like that's strange to say, but I see someone here who's going to be a little bit more empathetic, um, less self-centered, self-conscious. Yes. Sorry, I heard like other like psychology terms. I don't know what they came through too fleeting, and I don't know. I barely know English, so I didn't know. I don't know what they said, but they gave me some psychology terms. But there was definitely something like that coming through. But they're releasing these their old approaches, right? Their old conditioning, and they're now starting to embrace the like a better better version of themselves. What brought this about? I think that's important. What brought this about for Taurus's person? It was um it was already in the making when they met you, but it feels like you put the last nail in the coffin. That's what they're saying. The last nail in the coffin for this. So you kind of I guess you buried this version of themselves in some way. I know it sounds strange to say, but it's like you killed it off, I guess. It is what it is. It just feels like that. You killed this version off. It was already on its like deathbed, but they were refusing to let that go. It was like they were holding on to something with their fingertips and they were refusing to let it go. And they're releasing this. So what else are they learning to release? Oops, I see where I am on time. What else are they learning to release for Taurus? Taurus. Hmm. Um, I heard money. They're releasing money. That sounds strange to say, but I think it's an attachment to money. I think so. Hold on. What did you mean about money when it came Metatron? When it comes to Taurus's person, why are they releasing that? There is a priority, or oh, it's not a priority. Um, when you glorify money and you think that money is happiness or something like that, it's something like this. It's what they're doing. It's something like that, where they are releasing um, their beliefs around money. And I think that's interesting. I think that this actually has led them to do a lot of things that they shouldn't have. And I feel like specifically to do with spending, because that's what I heard is the first time when it came with money, spending habits. But I was like, well, how does that fit in? But they're referencing that this person would spend money that they didn't have so that they look better. Does that make sense? So they're releasing that. They're calling it a trinity. They're releasing that. There's like three parts to that, but they are learning to release this as well. So let's see. What is this person's next move towards Taurus? Taurus viewers. What is the next person's next move? I don't see this person making a move towards you next. I don't see it. That's what they said. I don't see it yet. They have so much to work through. Um, what are the biggest blocks then that are keeping this person from taking actions towards Taurus? They don't want to admit that they're wrong. That's number. Metatron said that's number one. Like it's sorry. He said he's showing me like how there's you have like this like those three tiers for winning, right? It's like there's third place, second place, first place, right? First place is this, and it's I don't want to admit I'm wrong. It is a combination of not wanting to tell you that they're wrong, not wanting to admit that they're wrong, and not wanting to give you that satisfaction as well. A lot of yous, I don't know how this what your connection is like right now or what happened here exactly. They're not giving that. However, they're definitely emphasizing that so a lot of you are waiting for this person to admit that they were wrong, and this person doesn't want to give you that satisfaction. Very interesting, by the way. They're really insistent on this. So the biggest blockage is that not wanting to admit I'm wrong. They don't want to give you the satisfaction that you were right. Does that make sense? I hope. Yeah. There it is. They don't want to give you that satisfaction. So yeah, do you have that one? What is the second one? The second biggest block to this person taking action? There is a mama issue here. I don't know what mama we got here, but I feel like this has to do with feminine energy, or nurturing energy. There is a block with this person. They don't like it. They don't want it. They don't see the importance of it. And it has to do with the block. I want to say it's from the childhood, but they're not giving that. I honestly kind of feel like they developed this issue. Pre-teens or teens, early teens is kind of I got their age 13. That's what they gave me, but around that age, this issue formed there, and it has to do with nurturing energy, right? That compassion energy. They don't like it, and it's because of that issue that they developed there. I want to see what this means. Oh, this is strange. Oh, it's one. I think it is a mama issue. It has something to do with the mother or whoever gave them the nurturing energy. They it came with strings attached, but that's not the actual core issue. The core issue is when they were younger, they they're I don't know what kind of relationships that they had, but they associate a healthy connection with someone with that nurturing energy um, to be one where they treat you badly. Does this make sense? They like to be treated badly. In fact, they kind of expect it and they think that that's actually how nurturing energy actually is. So it's a combination when you present in this energy that for one they think that the other shoe's gonna drop, like it's just like it's coming, right? So they think that you're just gonna flip a switch and become this evil monster. It really is kind of it, but it's not just that. They don't like when it's pure. They like the dark parts. Does that? I hope it is what it is. It's what I got. They like when when it has dark associations and dark connections. Conditions, I guess, would be a good way to put it, but it's not. It's like there is a disturbing like attachment to the darker. I don't know how to phrase this. Sorry, everyone. It's like this. They like or they think they like um being treated badly in a way. I think it helps. Oh, I see. Sorry, they weren't giving it, and I was like, I don't understand this, but they just gave it to me to help me complete the picture. When people are mean to them or anyone's mean to them, it gives them an excuse to be that way as well. So they like when people have that darkness in them because then they can just let theirs shine. The fact that you didn't have it is why they don't like it. It's your block essentially. It's an odd block, but it is the block. That's very interesting. It's like yours is pure. You're trying your best anyway, right, for it to be as pure as possible. You're striving for that because you know in your heart that that's something that you need to strive for, right? That unconditional love. They like conditions. They like toxicity. Ah, there it is. Ah, there. Oh, sorry. Sometimes it's just like they're coming through with it, but they're giving me everything but the word. It's they like toxic connections. That's the word they developed. So they have a taste for toxic connections right now. And the reason for this is that they are toxic. We are attracted to the connections that are for our highest good. A pure loving connection isn't wouldn't be what they're attracted to because they need toxic in their life so that they're still like attracts like. So that's actually why they want that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. This is what we got. Okay. So what is the last and third block here? There is a limiting belief system. This has to do with what I've already brought up about this person's insecurities, specifically to do with the fact that they think you're better than them. See, they see you as number one, and you deserve number one, and they feel like they are not, even like uh, anywhere near. They can't measure up anywhere near you, right? So this is someone who's very much there's a limiting belief that tells them that I don't that you are right. Even though they have suspicions that you're not, you are the best. I know it sounds crazy, but it's you have someone here who's real crazy toxic, who has a lot of healing to go, but they see you as that and they think that you deserve that. Even though there is a part of them that sees you as like you must not be, you must be too good to be true. That's just a part of themselves that's jealous of you, right? But if it is true, then you deserve the best. And since they feel like they're not the best, they don't think they deserve you. But that's a limiting belief that they have within themselves. So there's a part of them that keeps them that part keeps them from taking action. Um, and the fact that they're not attracted to your connection as much as they are the toxic ones. They like the toxic energy. And the reason for this is that they have a lot of toxicity. So those toxic connections have growth that your connection doesn't, because they need to work through that toxic. Um, Metatron gave an example. Like it's like getting a bite from a snake. You need to get a dose of that venom to get as the cure. It's that. I know it sounds strange, but it's what we have. He's saying like it's purposeful. This person's growth needs to happen in these toxic connections because that's the only way they're gonna learn. And yeah, that's very interesting. So let's see. I want to get your guidance, and then I'll leave it there. So what is the guidance that you have for Taurus? I'm sorry, you're reading this like the channeling for it is interesting because this person's energy is and their frequencies are so low, so I have a hard time connecting to it. But I'm trying my best first. So, what is this person? No, what do you have for guidance for Taurus, the Taurus viewers? This is interesting. They're saying to keep doing what you're doing. I see you doing what you're doing, but you're constantly looking back like this. Yeah, stop looking back. You need to keep going forward. It feels like you are on the right track. What you're doing, your approach to life, how you're trying to, and the word that mentioned is giving is better yourself, right? How you're trying to better yourself. If that's working, setting the intention to want to do that is working. That's the point. It's actually the very first thing all of us have to do. Set the intention. I want to be better. um, I want to keep growing. And it feels like you have made that choice, that you want to grow, you want to better yourself. But there is this constant looking back at this person. There is a limiting belief here that makes you do it, by the way, as well. You have this limiting belief that you are not good enough. So you are attracted to, or you think that you need to be attracted to, people who suck, right? So this person is real toxic, real. They're just you got a lot of work to go, basically, right? But there's a limiting belief within yourself that tells you that that's as good as you can get. The only way that you're going to be able to find something better is to remove that limiting belief. So having awareness obviously will create movement there. Let me see what they have to say for your guidance on how to remove that. They're saying Kuan Yin, one of my ascended masters that I always use. She's really good at removing those blocks. I didn't know she was good at that, but she says that she is quite good at removing the limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in a place that we don't belong. So that one's a good one. She's also saying that the poverty and lack contract that I have, if you have not gotten it, that will work as well to reset your subconscious. She's saying both of them will be the best for that because there is a poverty, there's a lack within you, right? Or a belief of a lack within you that makes you think that they are it, but they suck. And but a part of you thinks that that's as good as you can get. Yeah, that's not true. You can get way better, but you have to believe that you deserve better to get it, and it's part of why you are slightly attracted to this person. It's part of why you are kind of grabbing onto them, or you want to better them because you think that you deserve damaged goods or something like that. This is someone who may not even better themselves in the end, right? Or may take decades to do so. And this is something that you're faced with this dilemma, right? In the present moment, what to do. Always follow your heart, obviously, right? And your heart's gonna tell you what to do. But I feel like your heart's already telling you we gotta better ourselves, we gotta work on ourselves, we gotta keep going forward. But you logically, because of that limiting belief, are looking backwards. So they're saying that. Okay. So your energy is so much easier to tap into because your vibrations are higher. That person's vibrations were awful. I mean, it's so crazy. Just so you know. Let's see. Is there any other guidance that you have for Taurus? Yes. I am seeing you having trouble keeping your balance because I see your arms like this, like you're like this, you're like walking and you're trying to like, oh, you need to ground yourself more often. They are saying when you are ungrounded or when your grounding is wobbly, the nasty stuff is constantly coming up to the surface, which is backtracking you a lot. So they're saying that the reason why you have the nasty thoughts coming up so often is that you're not grounded. One of the things that I do all the time is I just ask my higher self, can you ground me to full depth? It always works. Your higher self will just come down and just do it really quickly. But you can ask an angel or ancestor or guide or archangel to help with your grounding. They will restore it every time. They cannot do something unless we ask them. But if you do ask, they will do it. Um, they are saying for most of you, I think it's for all of you though. Most of it's your own nurturing energy that you have within yourself. I think part of you doesn't like it. And I know it sounds crazy to say, but it's what we have. You kind of reject your own nurturing energy. And I think it's because that nurturing energy has got you to nurture people that were horrible or something like that. So part of you has a negative connotation towards your nurturing energy, where I'm so loving, I'm so caring, it always gets me hurt. It's something like that. So I know it's not the exact words, okay? I know, but it's something like that where it's like so you kind of have this negative association with your own nurturing energy, which keeps you from connecting to earth's nurturing energy, right? So the reason why your grounding sucks is because of that. So you need to heal your relationship with your own nurturing energy. Your nurturing energy isn't what kept you attracting bad people, right? It was something else entirely. But I think that you associate that. There's a negative association there. So it's what's making you reject the actual Earth itself. I know it's crazy, but it's what we got. So they're saying you need to work on that. Is there any other guidance that you have for Taurus? This is an interesting one. It's about keeping your head up high, but specifically keeping your chin up. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, I get what they're saying now. They said keep the chin up, but I didn't catch the reference until I said it. It's like don't. I know you do. You have a lot of stuff that you want that you can just honestly focus on and be really sad about, or you can look at what's working. Right? So keep your chin up, all right? Keep focusing on what's working. And adjust the stuff that isn't working, right? But don't focus on it to the point where you are making yourself miserable. You know what I'm talking about. It's not about ignoring the problems. It's about not focusing on them. That's making us are making our life horrible, right? We all understand that, right? But they're saying keep your chin up. Things are gonna get better, but um it won't get better any faster if you keep beating yourself up for over what's not working in your life. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, Taurus. I'm sure your reading was so interesting. Person you got here is real crazy, but that's life sometimes. All right, and I want to thank you for supporting me. And again, check out that poverty contract. It's real cheap. You listen to it for 14 days and it will reset your subconscious, but use Kuan Yin. She said to remove that limiting belief that you deserve. I don't know. I damaged something. I don't know. So you have to figure it out on your own. All right. And take care. Bye, Taurus.